The truth of surrender while on your twin flame journey. Welcome back. I'm Breann, Master Certified Ascension Coach with Twin Flames Universe. If you've been watching my videos and you've been tracking my journey with my twin flame, we recently up and moved. We passed the spousal visa process and we moved from Norway to America, and we've grounded into a very nice home. You can see the background looks different. You're probably going to be getting different, backgrounds. It's nice to have a change of scenery, but today we got a nice cozy fireplace. It's fall season, so it's perfect. All right, so let's get back into it. The video today is going to be about surrendering on your twin flame journey. And the reason that I want to talk about this is because there's often a lot of fear around surrender. So I want to provide clarity on what it truly means to surrender, and also clear up what and even what I thought surrender meant and why it can feel so scary. And that way that you can relax deeper into your twin flame union. So oftentimes when we hear the word surrender, there's a fear, associated with that. Maybe not always, but I know for me, that was a big part of, my journey, and I know others as well. And surrender is really, it's not a one and done thing. It's not something that you just do one time and then you're just surrendered forever. It's a continuous, it's an embodiment of, it's a state of being. So surrender is a state of being. It's not something that you just do and it's forever. It is forever, but you'll catch on as I continue here. So why do we often find surrender scary, and how is it related to your twin flame journey, and why is it so important to your union and the manifestation of that? Well, oftentimes, we can feel like surrender means that you have to give in to the illusion and the separation or the pain, the traumas that you're experiencing. When we hear that word, it's like, oh crap, I gotta relax into this pain and suffering and misery that I'm experiencing. And why would you want to surrender? You immediately experience resistance to that, right? But I want to clear up what the truth of surrender is. So the truth of surrender is you're relaxing into love, and that too can automatically bring up resistance. And what I mean by that is you're relaxing into divine love. You and your twin flame, that is a divine unconditional love. If you're not experiencing divine unconditional love, well, that's the problem, is because we as a society, as human beings, we've been programmed to understand what love is, but what we've been programmed to understand is it's based on conditions. So it's kind of like, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. You do this for me, I'll do this for you. Or you've hurt my feelings, so you should apologize and make up for it, or people pleasing. Those are just some examples, right? And so why would you want to surrender into that? That's crap, okay? But divine, unconditional love, that's what we're talking about today. And that's what it is that you want to surrender into on your twin flame journey. You're not surrendering to your twin flame per se, you're surrendering into the love that is shared within your union. And the way that you can do that is you love yourself, right? Versus conditioned love, it says, you do this for me and I will do this for you. And that's not what the twin flame union is. It's, you know what, I'm upset and I'm hurting here, so I'm going to love myself unconditionally. I'm going to heal that upset within me. And that in itself is absolutely liberating, and you instantly take your power back. So you're really surrendering into loving yourself and healing yourself where you're hurting, because your twin flame is your divine mirror. And yes, they're going to do things that deeply trigger you, and it's going to sometimes shake you to your core. But they're not doing it to hurt you. They're just energetically reflecting back to you what it is that's already happening inside of your being, inside of your consciousness. And so when they reflect that back to you and you take it and you look at it, And you can be angry, you can be upset. It's important to feel your feelings about it, but do know that they're simply reflecting something that is within you. And so when you take it and you apply the mirror exercise and you love yourself, that's you surrendering into love, into divine love, because you're fully claiming responsibility that you are a divine being and you are creating in your reality, and what you're seeing externally, you don't like that. You want to experience peace and harmony in your union. And so when you love yourself, you naturally experience that peace and that harmony within yourself, which is then manifested in your union. And that is an example of how you surrender into your union, how you surrender into love. And so you can see this path of ascension with our twin flame. It's loving yourself, and that's really what you're surrendering into. You're not surrendering into crap. You're not surrendering into pain and misery and deeper separation and suffering. And the only thing that tells you that surrender is scary is the ego. It's the ego that screams at you and says, don't surrender, don't do that, because they're going to have power over you, they're going to hurt you even more, you're going to be, whatever the ego says, right? You got to let that go because it's completely untrue. Whereas, like I said, the truth of surrender is you look at it and you're like, okay, this hurts, this doesn't feel good, and I don't choose that. I choose peace and harmony with my twin flame. So let me unpack this. Let me look within. What's going on here? Love myself there. And the majority of our hurts, traumas, and wounds, the majority of them stem from our childhood. And so you're probably going to find that you spend, time with your inner child here, doing a lot of inner child shadow work, and really going into, how were you raised? What beliefs were you taught? What didn't feel good to you? What did feel good to you? Keep what feels good to you, but let the rest fall away and bring in love there. Love yourself. So surrender is a state of loving self. And as you love self, you're constantly embodying that surrender. And what does that mean for your union? Well, because your twin flame is you, that means all the love that you're giving yourself and all of the attention is going to come back to you tenfold through your twin flame. That's your power. That's law of attraction. Like attracts like. And so if you're experiencing separation and pain and suffering in your union, know that that's what's inside of you currently, but you get to heal it by surrendering into love. Surrender into unconditionally loving yourself. And when I also, too, this is important, don't love yourself to get a result. You see, there's a stickiness in that. Ego will say, okay, so if you love yourself, you'll get a result with your twin flame. Well, that's automatically conditioned love again, right? And don't go in your mind, and don't let this confuse you. Your heart knows the answer. Just relax into your heart. Love yourself because you genuinely know that you deserve love. You're worthy of love. And if you don't feel worthy and you don't feel deserving, well then choose the truth there, that you are a divine being and you are worthy, you are deserving of love. And as you do that, your energetic response will change and you'll feel good to love yourself. So surrender is not a bad thing. It's actually a very beautiful thing. And know too, this is very important as well, as you surrender into love, your twin flame surrenders too. You see all of those patterns, all of those things fall away, and you find that what you're left with is this peace and harmony and a deep romance, which is what you deeply desire to experience in your union, and you deserve that. And if you're not familiar with the mirror exercise, and this is the very first video of mine that you've watched, I've got all the information in the description box below. Mirror exercise is how I healed separation from my twin flame, manifested harmonious union, and it's what me and my twin flame continue to do on a daily basis. And in addition to being students of Twin Flame Ascension School, of just Twin Flames Universe, the complete body of work. So if you're looking for support on your journey, as I said in the beginning, I'm a Master Certified Ascension Coach, and I'm happy to support you. All of my contact information is below. You can just comment below, reach out, claim your support. You don't have to do it alone. So hopefully you feel good about surrendering into your union, surrendering into love, and knowing that it's safe. It's just a part of the process. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.